Are taxes really that high in Germany? Hello, namaste, welcome back to my channel where I make content which helps you thrive in Europe, not just survive in Europe. And this video is quite special. Here, I will show you my personal salary slip and help you understand where exactly are you paying all that money and how to understand a German tax salary. To be quite honest with you, when I got my first salary slip over here, I was lost. It almost looked like Latin to me because it's in German and then they have acronyms everywhere. So in this video, we will deep dive into my salary slip so that you can read your salary slip better. Watch the video till the end because I will tell you the crucial mistakes that sometimes employers make, which ends up in you paying more tax than you are supposed to. So with that, let's jump on my laptop and see how a German salary slip looks like. Here you see that I have quite meticulously hided all the personal information because although I like you and trust you guys, I cannot trust you with my IDs. The first important thing in a salary slip is your Steuer ID. I made a separate video about a Steuer ID. If you're a freelancer, you will need a Steuer number, but if you are a full-time employee and work in a company, you need a Steuer ID, which is right here. This ID is used by your employer to help you with paying the taxes on your behalf. So a very important thing to have. You get this ID from Finanzamt. So if you're new to Germany, make sure you get your Steuer ID and it will help you navigate your taxes much better and more effectively. The next thing you need is a Socialversicherungsnummer. In English, I think the equivalent is Social Security number. It's basically the number which is also on your health insurance card. So it's very important for you to have this because this is how your social insurance contributions are tracked. This is how your employers can give money to your social security, and if you don't have this number, I don't think you're employable in Germany. It's very important because if tomorrow something happens with this number and you have your insurance calling you up, they will be able to identify you using this number. So very, very important. To give you more context on what this number exactly is, social security number is in Germany, it's your Versicherungsnummer, which is your insurance in case you have an operation. Like for example, I had my appendix operation, which was completely taken care of because of the contributions that I have been making to this Versicherungsnummer. Health insurance is mandatory in Germany, unlike in the US. So your employer will pay a contribution on your behalf for your Versicherung, which is insurance, and this is the number that is used to track that. And if you have an operation here or something, it will be most likely covered by a public insurance, which is tracked by this SVNR or Socialversicherungs. So these are the main two important IDs you need to acquire when you move to Germany, so your salary slip is processed properly. Now, this is a very important point. Pay attention to it. Here you see Steuerklasse. This means your tax bracket. I have seen so many cases where people don't know about this and they end up paying so much more tax than they are supposed to. If you are a single person living in Germany, your tax bracket is most likely 1. If you are a full-time employee working for an employer and are single, your tax bracket has to be 1. If you see any of the number here, especially if you see 6, you need to talk to your employer as soon as possible. What does 6 mean? Steuerklasse 6 is for freelancers. What happens is if your health insurance does not know what tax bracket you fall into, they will automatically assign you the 6 tax bracket because as per them you're a freelancer and they want to make sure that they can get as much tax as from you as possible instead of getting less tax from you, which because it makes their life easier to get as much money as they can from you. So if you're a single person and not a freelancer, you need to have your Steuerklasse as 1. Check your salary slips when you get them. It often happens when you are recently employed and some information is not really delivered at the right places. They put you in the 6th tax bracket. If they have done this, notify your employer as soon as possible. Your HR department should be able to take care of it, and in most cases they will compensate you for all the extra tax in the next salary slip. So yeah, Steuerklasse are very important. If you are married, I believe you can one partner can get a Steuerklasse of 3 and the other partner gets the Steuerklasse of 5. I'm not really completely sure about this, but you can do your own research about it. So yeah, the Steuerklasse changes depending on your marital status. I know if you have kids, it's a different Steuerklasse, so on and so forth. But for most cases, standard practice, it needs to be 1 if you are single and if you are just starting to work in Germany. A very important tax bracket that you need to take care of. Now let's move on to the meatier part of the salary. So here you can see that Gehalt is salary, and this is the gross salary as they call in Germany. And you can see it's 1650. It was my first job, so it's the first monthly salary that I get. Now from this gross salary, I will have my taxes removed, and then I will get a net salary. So 1650 is not the amount which will come in my bank account. It will be the net salary, of course, after all the tax and all the contributions are deducted. Here I see a fitness policy. I believe that employer had a compensation package where, as a benefit to their employees, he used to give like 30 euros every month, so that we can go to the gym or have any fitness for that matter. So this is an additional money I get every month from my employer. Okay, so this is my gross salary, as I already said, and now we come to the actual taxes and we exactly see how much we pay in taxes. So we see over here are some that the actual tax, the actual Steuer is just less than 10% of my entire salary. The more heavier contribution goes to all the civil contributions. I will also break this down for you in detail what they are. But yeah, when people say that, oh, taxes are very high in Germany, taxes are not that high in Germany. The other contribution, one of them being the Krankenversicherung or the health insurance contribution, these things are quite high, and this is how you can also optimize your taxes. I will get into that in just a bit, but just want to make a point over here that out of the 1680, so 1650 my gross salary plus 30 euros for the fitness policy, I only get 1232 net in my bank account. And here is I think there were some issues with my previous salary slip, so they compensated me 7 euros for that in the following salary slip, so this one, and as a result I got 1240.79 in my bank account. Here you have the bank address, the bank IBAN, so also check this because you don't want the salary going into somebody else's account, so you check here and you make sure that your salary slip has the right bank account. But let's move into understanding exactly what these things are, because here you understand how you can optimize your taxes and how you can better your savings. So again, the taxable income, Steuer brutto, for the month of 30 days was 1680, also including the fitness policy. And then you see over here, there is LST, SOLIZ, KIST and Kammer. What are these things? So LST is what we call tax. LST literally stands for the tax that you are paying to the government. Its full form is Lohnsteuer. So this is the tax that you are paying to the government every single month. So on the monthly basis, my LST is only 105.08 euros. SOLIZ is my solidarity surcharge. So this is a very interesting tax. It's a very small amount of money that the German reunification needed. What does that mean is that after the Second World War, Germany was split into two different countries, East Germany and West Germany, and there was some contribution which was taken from a salary slip to support this reunifications properly. Then I have the KIST, that is the church tax. So I'm not a Christian, I don't go to church, so that's zero for me. If you're also not religious and you see that some contribution is going from this, make sure to flag to your HR as well. And then we move to all the actual aspects which take money from your salary. So again, you have your KV brutto. KV brutto stands for Krankenversicherung, the health insurance that we spoke about earlier. So that is already more than the tax that I am paying. It's 135. Again, this insurance is very important. It's mandatory in Germany. Part of it is paid by your employer. So 135 euros is coming out of my gross salary, but my employer also is paying, I think, the same amount, 135 euros from their end. So in total, I'm paying 270 euros or in total 270 euros is going towards my health insurance, half of which is paid by my gross salary. The other half is my employer who is paying it on my behalf. This helps you if you have any surgery in the future. If you for example, I had my appendix, so this makes sure that everything is free of cost almost. Then we have your RV. RV stands for Rentenversicherung. This is also a mandatory contribution for retirement. So once you retire, you will get some money back. Every single month you will get some money from the German government. I know, like, all the Indians watching this, I don't think we all have Rentenversicherung, so I think only the army officials and official government employees get this pension. But in Germany, no matter what sector you work in, even if you work in the private sector, you do get some contributions back from the German government, but that is based on how much you paid into this Rentenversicherung or your insurance after you retire. Then you have your AV, which is your Arbeitslosversicherung. Again, a very interesting concept. This is Arbeitslos means jobless, and Versicherung means insurance. So it quite literally translates to the insurance if you ever lose your job. And if you lose your job for 1 year, the Arbeitsversicherung is activated, which means every month you get some contribution. I think it's up till 60% of your net salary. So for example, if you're earning 1,000 euros and you lost your salary, you can get up till 600 euros every single month, even if you're not working, if you are looking for a new job. And this is again German government's way to make sure that you're taken care of even if you don't have a job. This is also a compulsory insurance. And in the end, you have your PV, which is your Pflegeversicherung, a very hard word for me to say as well, but this basically translates to nursing care insurance. So it's a mandatory contribution for potential long-term nursing or care needs. For example, if if something happens, if you're older and you can't take care of yourself and you need a nurse, and you need to go to a nursing house, and somebody needs to take care of you extensively, then this insurance kicks in and pays for it as well. So all in all, as you saw over here, that it is not that the salaries are high in Germany. It's more that you're paying so many different contributions. And I think it is quite good, because if you lose your job or if you are sick, everything is taken care of you. You're already paying to these insurances and you're already being smart about your money. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope this helps you navigate your salary slips better. A few tricks to make your earnings more or your savings more, if I may recommend you, is if you earn more than, I believe now it's 80,000 euros a year, but if you earn more than 80k a year, then you can out of the public insurance and get a private insurance. So we saw that KV on the salary slip, which was a compulsory insurance to the Krankenversicherung, your health insurance. But if you want, you can optimize it by saying, okay, I'm earning more than 80k a month. I don't want to go to the government recommended health insurance. I would want to get a private insurance. And what happens is, because in public insurance, you're paying for every potential thing that can happen to you. So you're paying for every single thing that might need to be operated. But with private insurance, their contributions tend to be a bit less, especially if you are young. So instead of paying 300 euros, maybe you only need to pay 250 euros, and half of it will be paid by employer, the other half will be paid by you. So you're able to save up some more money. The drawback over here is that I know once you go to private insurance, it becomes quite hard to come back to the public insurance, because it's a big inconvenience for the German government to put you out of that and then bring you back over there. So just make sure that if you are opting out of the mandatory public insurance and getting a private insurance, you do your research. What are the good private insurance? You are secure in your job, and you know that you will be earning more than 80k for a longer time. And other second drawback is that while the contributions in the start are quite less, or less than the public insurance, it can so happen that once you grow older, your private insurance contributions exceeds what you would have paid in public insurance. So also be careful over there. And I hope you found this helpful. If you like content which helps you thrive in Europe, hit the bell icon, subscribe, give me some motivation. I make this video for you. I hope that helps you, and have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.